in the chat box and say hello. And listen in wonder to the Craig and Tizz show.
Welcome, one and all to the illest show on the internet right at the moment.
We're illin', yo. Illin'.
We're quite being quite literal here. We're both quite ill in various respects.
Yes, besides the usual mental problems we both have.
I mean, yeah, mentally ill. Anyone who's probably listening has probably got severe mental illnesses because they're listening to us.
It's like, have you met us before? Of course we're crazy.
Yeah, you say silly people. But yeah, you might hear me sniffling and coughing all day, and you might see Craig shuffle from butt crack to butt crack.
Yep,
because he's got 2 butt cracks apparently.
Yes. I see what you did there. We're off to a roaring start.
Oh, that's the level of humor that we're going to have for today. We're going to be talking about stuff. I'm going to be very dazed out. Craig's probably going to hold this show together between, and he's not just sitting on something weird.
No. Actually, I think my ibuprofen kicked in. I might be doing all right for a while, so it's good.
My nose has decided to just start streaming right this second, right now.
Oh, of course. Do you have like a delay line there, like when you blow your nose, like a really cool echo effect? That'd be really cool.
I think people might not enjoy that as much as we think they would.
Or like knock it down, take it down an octave.
Yeah,
that'd be pretty fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like I'm close to sneezing as well, which will be joyful. We're doing other stuff as well, though, aren't we? We're not just going to sit here and complain about being ill all day.
No, that's our topic today.
We're going to be talking about musicians and creatives seeing the world differently, the way that we react to certain things in different ways that other people would. Is it just because we're creative? Is it because only creatives have or tend to have what's the word for it? Some mental extras. Empathy. Yeah, that's what I meant.
Mental extras. I never heard it put like that before.
You're going to hear a lot of things put the wrong way today because I can't think of words quick enough. I found this out already from work. Today's the first time. I know I've got a bit of a British mumble, shall we say, when we're like, and yes, we will go to the park and have a wonderful time. Yes.
The park.
Yes. But today was the first time that I physically stuttered on a word, and it was for like 5 minutes, and it was the word milk. I went, I am your local milkman.
Oh no. Well, it's kind of like my generation from the Who, talking about it's hey man, you're just doing rock and roll.
Yeah. My milkman.
Oh, I know. I was singing along with the theme song that I'm going. Let's see, top in the top. Let's see. Listen to the sick man and that old sore back guy. I don't know. I could have changed it, I suppose.
Well, we could really like get a remix up now and go listen to the milkman, milkman.
Yes, and that back pain guy. Yeah, that'd be pretty funny.
We've got so yeah, we talked about that. We've also got some tunes, don't we, Craig?
We got a few. Yeah, today we got stuff by the Suicide Notes, the Pinpricks, Ray Alex, Portraits and Tales, Jules Hay, Ali Matson Murphy, and the amazing Al Buchanan. So that's our lineup today, y'all.
We may have a few more depending on how we feel towards the end of the show. It all depends on how we get through it.
Well, right off the shot, I'm in bad shape because the Kind Machine just put an ABBA song into the chat, and I'm kind of like, ABBA, dude, really? Don't do that to us, Mamma Mia, Mamma Mia,
the milk. Anyway,
there he goes. Let me guess, you hurt your neck when you did that?
Yeah. This is the worst thing about falling down a set of stairs yesterday and also having the cold, the coughs and the sneezes hurt 10 times more.
You should probably explain to our listeners out there how he's doing Queen. I'm sorry, Bohemian Rhapsody. My bad. You should probably explain how ALC threw you down a flight of stairs yesterday. You told me about that, but I don't think the audience knows.
Well, I mean, basically, I was following her up the stairs, like any dutiful husband would.
That's what you do.
And ALC thought it would be quite funny to just kind of poke her bum out, so I kind of walked into it. Apart from, she has quite the most awesome derriere, and she stuck it out a little bit further than I think she meant to. So it felt like I got a boxing glove to the face, and I literally, the scenes like in Rocky where he does the uppercut and he's lifted off the floor.
Slow motion.
I did that, but down 6 steps of stairs, and then landed on a piece of wood that we put at the bottom of the stairs to stop the cats going up the hall and weeing on the floor. Aside from that, I already had kind of a shoulder and neck crick, which was made ultimately worse. And the more I sit here, everyone knows what it's like when you have a crick in the neck. The more you sit still, the more you seize up. So, but I have a feeling that by the end of this 2 hours, I will be like this. I'm like, wait a second, I need to put on the next piece of music.
Yes.
So you're all going to have a really enjoyable show to watch and listen to today.
Yeah, you sir are a trooper. I mean, I am amazed you are here. It shows you have a lot of
it just shows that I'm a stubborn. What's it?
Git.
Yeah, git.
Yep.
I was thinking of stronger words, but there you go.
I'm trying to be nice to you. I'm because I thought the Kind Machine was talking about ABBA, but instead he's talking about My Hero's Queen, so I messed that one up.
Yeah. I mean, I hope you feel bad about yourself actually not getting that.
I feel really
Ow.
Bless you, sir.
Oh. I think we should get the first track on, to be honest.
Let's play some music. You ready?
Run away. I need to blow my nose so that doesn't keep
Yes,
happening.
you do. All right, this is Snake's Grin Within from the Suicide Notes.
Right then, I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, go what you're doing. I'm here, bro. Bump, bump.
There we go.
All right.
That should keep me going for another 5 minutes.
Do you not have like a box full of tissues by you?
I'm British. We use toilet roll.
Oh, good Lord, man.
What's wrong with that?
Yeah, whatever.
It's cheaper and stronger. Like, every time I buy like a Kleenex, I blow my nose and I've got snot all over my hand and there's just a hole in the tissue.
Yeah. Okay. The thrifty Scotsman.
Whereas, yeah, bit of toilet roll.
Suicide note. Oh, that's a very good question from Kind Machine. Suicide notes? How do you write several suicide notes? Maybe you killed yourself really slowly with something, like 1,000 paper cuts. So you had time to write a book.
It's a suicide pact. 1 each.
Yeah. Okay.
1 each, but they decided to write each other's.
No, on mine I just say ditto. that would be it.
I'll probably go a little bit different and go for like, but he's not wrong.
Exactly. Highlander or a zombie, maybe? Ah, yeah, the Highlander. Well, there can only be one. Zombies are passe, man. Zombies are like everywhere now. Come on. 28 days later, 28 years later. Oh, Sith. Yeah, there can only be two.
Always do.
There's always two.
No more, no less.
So you think instead of boring our audience with talking about video games this week, we'll talk about Legos? We really haven't figured out how much of a Lego population we have out there.
That's a good point. We don't know.
We really don't. We don't. Well, you know more. All I can tell you is the kids bought me a Batmobile, and the fucking thing pissed me off. But it's still like 3/4 done, sitting in my game room on a TV tray because I don't have the patience. I should get a hammer and smash the damn thing, but I can't do it because I love my children. But there are people that should have Legos and people that should not have Legos. Everybody is not the guy to have. Don't buy me Legos. I love you all, but God, don't.
See, we like making them together, so it works. We do a bag each, and one of us sorts and gets the pieces ready, and one of us builds, and then we swap.
Now, it's funny you say that because Connie and I started out doing that. Where I fucked it up was I started doing it on my own after she went away for a while, and that's where I wrecked it because I couldn't sort it out right, and then I screwed it all up. And
here we go.
Okay.
The English side notes here on XRP Radio. Snake's Grin Within. Good choice, Craig. He's kind of old
thank
school
you.
rocket.
Yeah, I got a pretty good selection of tunage this week, I think.
I'm quite excited for some of them. Who am I kidding? I'm excited for all of them.
Of course, there's never enough polka. Yes.
I was just relating to what I just said. I'm just talking about myself again. But I've realised quite a lot recently, so I did a status the other day because I was excited. Like, there was a new track from Icons of Industry. We had the new track from Second City. We had some good stuff. And I wrote about how excited about all these tracks I was. And then I wrote, and there will be these other tracks too. And I realised, inadvertently, it sounded like I was putting them down. No, it wasn't at all.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But it's like, it's like when you go to the store because... In my experiences, let's just go game straight away. New Final Fantasy release, so you've gone straight out to get it day one. But you just saw there was a cheap Pokemon game there on the side too, so you got that.
Well, sure, that's how it works.
Both games are still great, but because I've said it in that way, it's just like, I went to get Final Fantasy, and I just thought I'd buy Pokemon on the side. That's fine.
I think you're totally entitled to talk about yourself on this show. I mean, after all, you are the president and chief operating officer of a multi-million-dollar music corporation. So I think if anyone's entitled to talk about you should go ahead because I'm just your second fiddle.
I mean, let's not put anyone under any false pretenses here. I work door to door to sell milk to keep this afloat. For God's sake.
Don't tell them that. See, I tried to pump you up, man. What do you do? Oh, by the way, I just sell milk for a living. No. See, I had you all good to go.
The problem is it falls back on me because people are like, oh, well, we don't need to donate then because he's a multimillionaire.
Yeah, fine. Maybe I fucked that. Okay, look at it this way. I'm an internationally known rock star. Okay. Now, you can't debate that because thanks to Spotify and everything else, people like in the jungles of New Guinea have probably listened to what I do, right? So I'm internationally known. Now, does that mean I'm rich at doing that? No. Do I have a limo? No. I have a new car. I bought a new bed. That's about as rich as I'm going to get, but I am internationally well known. You cannot slag that off. See, so that I can say that much.
I mean, we could slag it off, but you'd be able to justify it. I can say I'm internationally renowned, but by all the wrong fucking people.
Well, my problem is I'm internationally renowned for the fucking what's that song they like, the heavy metal polka.
Yeah,
that's my claim to fame apparently. So when I die, they're gonna play that at my funeral. Great. Yeah, thanks, guys. Appreciate that.
I mean, that would be one way to guarantee me to turn up to your funeral.
Well, we got to play the heavy metal polka?
If Connie turned around to me and went, we're having Craig's funeral, we're carrying him down the aisle to heavy metal polka, I'll be like, right, you got a space under that coffin for me.
I don't get like a 2-for-1.
There'll be all these somber people. You have your 6 to 8 pallbearers, and everyone else will be walking in really solemnly, and I'll be like,
woo-hoo-hoo. Yeah, great. I'm asking a very important question here in the chat box to the kind machine.
I think stuff like that makes a funeral. To be fair, I remember I was at a friend's funeral, and he was a little bit of a daredevil, shall we say. He did like water sports and extreme sports and stuff like that. Ironically, didn't die because of any of those extreme things, but let's not go into that. At the funeral, just as he's coming down the aisle, the center. When you say that, it sounds like he's getting married. He was in a coffin. So as he's coming down the aisle, someone's phone went off in the background, and at first everyone like looked around really angry, and then what they realized the tune was, everyone just died laughing. It was the intro tune to Mission Impossible.
Oh my god, that's great.
Just coming down, dun 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 dun. No, it was quite funny. It's quite funny.
Instagram? I'm not on Instagram. I'm 68, man. Nobody my age is on fucking Instagram.
The worst thing is, Craig, you're even more confusing because you actually have two.
Two what?
Instagrams.
Well, there's a Craig Allen Hecht. I just made one day when I was bored. Then there's a Craig Hecht. Yeah.
Well, there was a C Hecht 81, 83, 81.
Yeah, C Hecht 81. Because that is the year that I married my baby.
And then there's Craig Allen Hecht, and then I think it's a three then.
No, there's only two.
Okay.
You have to remember in the hierarchy, is that the word I want? The hierarchy of Icebox Studios, the man behind everything, the man behind the curtain is Craig Hecht. But Craig Allen Hecht is an artist that works at Icebox Studios. So there you go. The Frustonians apparently have 3 O's. We're still talking about how many synthesizers people have in the chat box.
All right. I
Yep.
thought they were talking about something else, and it's not
slightly
concerning.
I know I should keep my eyes on the show here, but I'm in the chat at the same time. We're not mentioning guitars. I have 12.
I have one guitar, and it's the worst guitar on the planet, but I love it. And then I have one working bass and one very broken but very nice bass.
You still have that nice classical guitar, don't you? That nylon string?
No, I've never had one string. I've
what
got
do you have?
I've got the Yami there.
Yeah, the Yamaha, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's not nylon string. That's
okay,
my bad.
Strung. It's rusty.
Strung with pure rust.
Strung with pure rust.
If you de-rusted those strings, I'm pretty sure there would be nothing left in the middle. You just take the rust off, and there'd be nothing.
Ah, gotcha.
And it has a unique sound. Has a sound that no other guitar has, because no other guitar player is sick enough to let their guitar get into that state. There is actually down the front of it some mint yogurt sauce that I had from a curry 2 years ago.
That adds character.
Well, it makes sure no one else picks it up because it smells a bit, to be honest.
That would scare him off.
Don't touch my guitar or you'll get food poisoning.
Exactly. God, they're having such a good geek. Why aren't we talking about this on the show? They're talking all this really cool synthesizer geek stuff and guitar geek stuff. Wow. Fun.
Your old school surely got a Korg M1. Yeah, I do like an M1. I
have a wonderful M1.
I still today love the Korg MS-20. That is a fantastic piece.
Oh, yeah.
It's one of my favorite synths to work with. A lot of versatility in that.
Yeah.
They made a fantastic app version of it and then discontinued it, and it's one of the things that I hate about Korg, because they did the Gorillas one and the Electribe one, which were really good. Then they did an MS-20, the IMS-20, which was fantastic, and then they just stopped. You can't get it.
Unfortunately, I still have that. It lives on my iPad, along with my I have the M1 app from them as well.
Mm-hmm.
That's really cool.
The M1's good.
Yeah,
I think anyone that's worked with synths will have some way of using M1 sounds, even if it's via sampler.
Oh, sure. Yeah. No, I have all the machines these guys are talking about right now in the chat. I have all those in app form on my my old iPad. So I have a lot of that Arturia stuff. The Arturia soft synths. Yeah. So I probably have most of that stuff. It's fun to play with that old gear.
Very cool.
Yeah. No.
I ended up really confining myself because I realized some of the built-in Logic synths, especially with the newer ones, actually better, to be honest, better than with Logic's Pro 7 Platinum, but some of the new ones are good as well. Between the ESX24, the the ES1, ES2, and Ultra Beat synths and samplers, there really isn't. Oh, and the is it the E3 or the ES3 modular synth, where you can literally do like the sound of glass and stuff?
Yeah.
Between them, there isn't a sound you can't make realistically. You just got a little bit willing to work with it, I guess. But there isn't a sound you can't make with though. I think a lot of synths now just make that thing a little bit more specific and easier to do.
Yeah, I think so too. Whoops.
Oh, you had an MS-20 and sold it. That was. I mean, that would have been worth that. Well, it is worth stupid money now.
Mm-hmm.
I think the last time I saw a Korg MS-20 come up for sale, it was like $4,000.
Oh yeah, I believe that.
You're
more of a hip hop guy than I am. Are those old Roland drum machines still a prize thing, like the old 808 and all that stuff? Is that still a big deal?
I mean, the 808 is I mean, it's used a lot in trance and drum and bass as well. I mean, it's what you'd call a quintessential synth. It's that ingrained into the industry. People will still pull it out every now and then.
Yeah.
And even if you're not using it, a lot of sounds in new synths and new digital synths or VSTs are based on it anyway. So people will just assume that it's an 808, even if it isn't.
Yeah.
I think they've dialed in the sounds a little bit better, so they're a little bit less doo for your kick drum.
Right.
But it is a decent. To be fair, I just had a quick look. There's a couple of like 78 edition Korg MS-20s going for like 1,200 on eBay at the moment. So not quite as expensive as I want. The early 35 chords that Korg serviced MS-20, $2,500. Yeah.
Yeah, I had quite a few drum machines in my time before I discovered loops, software loops and stuff. I mean, I started out with the RX. It was the Yamaha RX-7 rhythm programmer, which was like their very first drum machine. It was the first one that had MIDI. That's way back there. Then I had some of the Zoom drums. Zoom made a pretty good drum machine. And I think I had the old Alesis, what was it, SL16 or RS16, whatever that was. Then I discovered software. So yay. This is fun.
One thing I do miss is, well, with a lot of software, things have changed to buttons, or you have like presets that you can then model a little bit. I do miss like having wires and this is how.
You want patch cables, yeah.
That was good fun. We're gonna have to go towards our next song because you see me literally trying to catch the snot dribbling out.
Yes, I noticed that. Okay, this next track is Rainmaker from the Pinpricks.
Wow, that was quick.
Yep. Sorry, man.
This is horrible. Sorry, everybody. Oh, this has got some attitude.
Sounded kind of Sabbathy to me.
Okay, yeah, kinda.
It's like
it's got that kind of emo post-hardcore thing.
Yeah. We probably should start talking about our topic, I suppose. We're a half hour into the show.
That means we've got a half an hour out of the way, so that's good.
Well, nothing says, if everybody wants to talk about synthesizers for 2 hours, I'm down with that. But
oh shit! You will never guess where this band are from in a million years.
Iowa in the United States of America.
No.
I tried.
You did? No. No, I'll be... Sorry? Look at the costume honey.
So where are they from, sir?
Well, the Connie machine was quite on the money there. They are Germany.
Really?
Yep.
Surprising.
Yeah. It's funny because in their about that comes off their YouTube, it says the pinpricks come neither from London nor from New York, but from Kiel in northern Germany.
From neither, I like that. Neither London nor here.
Great ending.
Yeah, I can't quite hear it. But
Nice. Okay. Oh, sorry. Nice emotional ending.
Right.
Oh, a lead has nudged down your thing, Craig. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
We'll have that fixed for future.
No, and when it got to the end of the song, all I heard was a cat meowing. So I thought that was the end of the song. So
that was part of the song.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Excuse me, everybody. Rainmaker from the Pinpricks. It's funny that the Connie machine mentioned the Guano Apes. It's a band that a very old friend put me onto actually when I was still possibly in college, I think, if they are that old enough. But the Guano Apes are from Germany. That they are actually a German band, the Pinpricks. They're from Kiel in Germany. So just an interesting little link that you made, the Connie machine. Well done. Well done.
Nice.
If I don't get excited about small things, I don't.
We do.
Some really, really kind of almost grunge rocky licks there. Nice attitude to the vocals. I really enjoyed that. Good choice, Craig.
Thank you, sir. I try.
So topics. We do have a topic. We're talking about musicians / creatives, whether they see and work with the world differently, or are we just wired to feel everything at level 11 while everyone else is stuck at the 3? I think it's a little bit swings and roundabouts from where I'm concerned, because I know I'm either at 100 or 3.
It's all or nothing.
Like today, I am at about 2.5. I think I am. If you can hear my labored breathing, I'm struggling at the moment. I think when things go wrong or when creative types are ill, I think we react to it a million times worse than anyone else.
Yeah, you can ask my poor wife about that. I've been pissing and moaning about my back for the last 2 weeks. Poor thing. She has to listen to that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, go ahead and finish your thought. I'll chime in.
One of the things that I know that I'm not very good at is when ill. And I've noticed this, but like a lot of people will say, "Are you okay?" And other people will be like, "Yeah, I'm getting on." I can't do that because, like, I'm ill. So when someone goes, "You're all right," I'm like, "No, I'm ill." It's like when you come back from a job that you don't like doing, and someone turns around to you and goes, "Do you have a good day at work?" And it's like, No, I fucking didn't have a good day at work, and I didn't. So I asked the goddamn question. I think we're a lot less easy. A lot less trying to keep everyone, I don't know, calm. It's hard to speak about this as well because I'm literally ill at the moment and I cannot think straight.
Why is there a green thing behind you?
The green thing.
What's going on? That's kind of moving. I'll forget it.
There's a Catherine's like making her way across the floor because for some reason.
No, that's PLC. Only on our show, PLC.
I wasn't trying to interrupt your show.
It doesn't matter. You interrupt more doing that than just walking in and out. If you just walked in at night, people wouldn't see this weird little floating head crawling behind.
I know, this little kind of weird body horror thing going on.
The sound of someone laughing behind me that's laughing at the fact that they can see their own floaty head. You just walk in, get your stuff, and walk out. It'd be a lot easier.
Yeah. No, she's stealthy. She is.
Stealthy.
No, actually, if you have me comment on this question, we'd be here for 45 minutes because it was my topic. So I kind of, how about this? I'll start answering what I think about it, and you cut me off after I get too windy and overblown. Okay, fair enough.
Sounds good to me.
Cool. All right. I do think that musicians and creative people, now speaking for myself, I can't say for everyone, I think we tend to really kind of feel the world a bit more than a lot of folks. I think we're a bit more in tune with other people's emotions, maybe, or the feelings of the times, if you will. I think a lot of times musicians feel like we need to comment on those things or write songs that address topics or the feeling of the world. I think it's by the same token, I think we also have a bad propensity to be a little bit too self-reflective and almost borderline depressive because you're worried about yourself and where you are in the world. And that type of thing. I think, and overall, I'm trying to say, I think we think too much. I think we think too big a lot of times, and that reflects in our music, I think, a lot of times, at least for me. You guys are probably aware of the Third Bridge back when I started out with Scott. Our music was very much concerned about the world. We were very much peace and lovey-dovey, kind of hippie-ish, if you will. We always talked about bringing people's souls and hearts up through music, connecting with people that way. The music that I make nowadays really doesn't have like that, but I think musicians and creatives in general, I think we're a bit more empathetic to how fucked up everything is. I think it affects us more than a lot of people. I wish I could just get up every morning and go, hey, everything's fantastic. I don't work like that, man. I think my wife always says I think about the negative every day, and I probably do.
I'll probably say more. It's a propensity to have an outlet that not everyone has. Thus, it tends to be used in a specific way. It's like you've said to me before, and when you did write a politically oriented song, you came to me and you're like, well, I've been thinking about this and I feel like I should write about it. Now, if you're not creative, you're not going to sit there and go, I feel like I should write a song about this, or I feel like I should picture about this, or whatever it is that you do. Thus, you're going to be thinking about it mostly internally or in small conversations with friends, or whilst you're sitting down listening to the news or watching the news, whatever you do.
Right.
Whereas we will often sit down, and creatives are typically what's the word for it? Review other creative stuff a bit deeper. You often see, you can tell who the painters and artists are when you go to an art gallery, because you have a lot of people walking around going, oh, that's quite nice. Oh, that's quite cool. Oh, that's quite deep. And the other people that are staring there going, that's a 4-inch brushstroke. And it's the same with musicians as well. You know all the musicians that are at a gig because you see them not at the front, but just off the center to the side, staring at what the musicians are doing.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Like I said on the show before, there's nothing worse. My poor wife, my wife and the friends of my other ex-band, the ones we'll go out and watch a band, right? They're just kind of the girls are bopping along with it, and we're watching like a hawk. That guy fucked up that note. Keyboard player missed that chord. Drummer's a little slaggy. We're analyzing them, which is horrible. But I think every musician, like you say, every musician just does that, I think.
And because we do that, it rolls into other things. So when we're sitting there watching the news, you'll see certain people, well, typically less creative style. I don't want to say less creative because that sounds like you're putting people down, but people that tend to not make creative stuff will sit down watching the news and go, oh, isn't that bad? Oh, that's shit. Oh, how's that going to affect me? And you see, I'll be sitting down with more creative people, and it's like, why the fuck have they done that? Why is this happening? Why? So it's like exploring it, not just saying that it's happened and it isn't good.
Correct.
Which again allows us to have a lot more, not just we look into, well, it's looked into a little bit more deeper, but it's got a, how do I put it? It also gives us material that can then be written, painted, created.
Oh yeah, for sure. You know,
So
I know what
I'd say we're more empathetic than other people or anything like that. I think it's just more noticeable because instead of people just being, we literally have a product almost that here is my empathy on tape. You know what I mean? You know, this is a picture of my empathy. It just basically comes across that. You don't notice it about other people because it's not just, you know, right there in their face to listen to. You only notice it when they are sitting there next to you going, it's shit that you feel that way. Or, oh, that's happened to me before. And a lot, like musicians especially, and actors are a lot happier to display that publicly. Whereas the majority of people would rather keep it to themselves and speak to it with their closer friends and family and stuff. So, yeah, I'd hate to say we're more empathetic or we're more in tune with the world or we're more negative. I think we just outlet it more obviously.
Well, I think the difference is that, you know, like I always use the analogy, there's musicians, then there's normal people. That's why I say to my wife, she's a normal person, you know. But I think the good thing is at least we have an outlet, right, to express that stuff with. Some people don't. They bottle it up every day and they carry that shit, you know, and that's horrible. You know, at least we have somewhere to put it, to take it.
But okay, you know? Like we've almost forced ourselves into it because normal people talk to each other about it. They don't just put it on a thing and go, "You listen to me." They have conversations. We're so much more self-absorbed with the way that we want to deal with the world. I would say 100% because we will write a song about it and pull it out and go, "Listen to that. This is how I feel." There you go. Whereas other people would turn around and go, "Hey, wife, I'm not feeling too good today. Have you seen this in the news?" And they'll go, "Yeah, how are you feeling?" And you get more out of it.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't like to say, I wouldn't like to say we're more empathetic. We put, you know, we have more anything. It's just a very, very different way that it's dealt with, which seems on one side a lot more open because we're just going, there you go, everyone can listen. This is all my feelings out there in public to an extent, but also more closed off because we're not letting anyone. The only people who are going to talk to us about it are realistically people that have connected with the music or are the fans of the music, and we've locked ourselves off to a lot more people that way than we would if we just spoke about it. That's why I feel there is such a mental health crisis in creative people, because quite a lot of creative people sit there and go, well, I've got this outlet to get all my feelings out. And quite a lot of creative people will go back and listen to their own music. Now, when you're listening to your own music and you wrote something moderately depressive, you're going to get yourself stuck in a rut because you're going back to that how you felt in that horrible point in your life. And you're just giving that to yourself. So you're the only one that's going to talk about it, and you're the only one that's going to be empathetic to your own situation. Yep. And I think that's very much why we've got a mental health crisis in the creative realms at the moment, because we're almost wallowing in our own self-pity and mess that we've created for ourselves. It's very rare that you see musicians turn around and go, "This is how I feel. I made this track. I wanted," you know, you see a lot of people going, "I wanted to create awareness around this. I want everyone to be aware of this mental health thing." But very rarely, unfortunately, is there a discussion that then precedes it. Mm-hmm. We have this habit, musicians, creatives have this habit of going, "Hey, everyone, notice this really shit thing that's happening. Everyone look at it. Look how shit it is. It's really bad. Everyone look at it. Okay, are we done? Sweet. Next thing."
I think it's reflected in your writing too. I mean, you know, Kind Machine is talking about, he writes fun, happy songs. You know, if you listen to a lot of my music, it's like stories. You know, it's like escapist entertainment.
Yeah.
You know, I don't really tend to talk a lot about my feelings or my personal demons and whatnot. I think people want to hear some fun escapist music that doesn't really engage them like that, you know. So maybe that's why I write what I write. I mean, I write about chickens and pirates and captains and, you know.
At one point, but then, you know, you've got stuff like Digital Man in an Analog World,
Oh, yeah.
which is very connectable to as well.
Yeah.
I'd say you saying something like that is very much a creative thing as well. We have this propensity to be very all or nothing because of what we're talking about at the time. So it's very easy for me to turn around and go, well, that doesn't work for me because all my music is like still smoking and blumps and it's a little bit weird and a little bit political, but like it doesn't really mean anything. And then I look at anything that I've wrote that is rap, which wasn't in my head right at that point, and I'm like, actually, no, I'm completely in tune with of the time when I wrote them, socioeconomic climates, because that's all I wrote about when I was writing rap.
Right.
It's so easy for us to single out something without taking a look at the bigger picture and saying, this is how I am.
Yeah.
You know, it's very easy for musicians and creatives to be like, this is what I'm like, so, and I'm not going to change, so deal with it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true for sure.
You know what I mean? I'd say there's more people that like, so you don't like my music? Lots of other people like my music.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. Like, I don't care if you don't like it. It's not for you then, is it? Deal with it. That we have that attitude towards so many things around us. It's also what I've noticed is because you look at a lot of like right left political divides, and you'll see the forefront of most of the conversations that you see online are again creative style people that are like, I'm like this, so I'm going to type this online. And people will either follow me or not follow me and deal with it. And you see a lot in like when people are posting their own stuff on Facebook and they're like, well, I posted this picture of a cat and it got 80 likes, but I posted my music and it only got 2. And it's like, well, people like cats more than your music. Deal with it. I mean, it's fact. Like, people love cat photos on the internet. Don't turn around to it and think that you are more popular than a cat just because you made a cat.
Yeah, no,
unfortunately.
Well, you got to throw in there too, you know, you got to remember there are people who listen to music and they're not analyzing the lyrics, right? They're not listening to the words. They're hearing the groove or the overall mood, you know. They're just because you put out, you know, how horrible your life is doesn't mean they're listening to that. They're listening to the song as a song, right? They're not necessarily, there are lyric people and non-lyric people.
Or even if they're listening to the lyrics, they may have interpreted it completely different to how you intended it to be interpreted when you left it out.
Yep. And that's one of the problems with music. I mean, how many times you hear about, like, you know, rock stars and stuff, you know, fans will tell them, oh, that song you wrote, it saved my life. It was like you wrote it just for me, you know? And it's like, and they don't know that.
Well, it's not even that they wrote it just for you. They probably didn't even write most of it.
Probably not.
You know, there was an episode of Family Guy on the other night. I think it's an old one, and Stewie gets into a singer. I forgot her name at the moment, and they go and find her, and he's like, "Oh, that song, you know, what?" And she was like, "Well, I interpreted like this, but you should probably speak to the songwriter to find out what he actually meant." And it's like, yeah, there's a lot of that has happened. There's quite a lot of bands even now that like the lead singer won't be the one that's wrote certain lyrics here and there, but they've pulled it out, and you'd see. I think Rekka was talking about it. Alan from Rekka was talking about this the other day, where he'd gone to sing something, and his interpretation was different to who wrote the chorus or something. I want to say it might be wrong though.
I can't think of what song.
Sorry,
I think I know what you're talking about. You're fine. I think I know what you're talking about.
I think it was a. No, I can't think now. I can't think at all.
No, but it was some other band. It was a cover they were doing, and he did it a little different.
Yeah,
and I can't. There's video of it up on YouTube. I know what you're talking. I can't think of the track though.
Yeah,
but yeah.
Oh, excuse me, everybody.
But do you guys find also, as you know, artists and stuff, are you more sensitive to shit? And like, do you cry at TV commercials, stuff like that? I mean, I've done stuff like that.
There's only 2 things in my life that have made me cry that haven't been like emotional events in my own life. And that is Lion King, where Scar kills Mufasa.
Yeah.
and anyone that's seen it will know this line, but I can't. Actually, there's 2 points in Andor, actually, but one, I can't swim. If you've watched it, you know what I mean. And then two, there's kind of a big funeral procession close to the end of, I think it's season 1, and I was in tears for both of those, and yeah, the Lion King. But I find it quite easy to detach from something that I know is clearly not real.
Yeah.
And I also, a lot of the information that is like news stuff. So like, I remember, and I was only young at the time. Like, I can't have been more than 8 years old, coming back from school on the bus or something for 9/11. And I remember seeing what happened on the little TV that's on the bus. And I saw everyone else on the bus, and I was like, oh my God. And there was a lot of chitter chatter. And even back then, like, my first thought was, is this real? How did it happen? You know, what's not right with this? My first thing is to go, I can't be upset about this. I can't be shocked about this, because I don't know how much of this is being twisted by UK media or by American media, or how it happened. Like, how can an event of that size only be on the telly after point of impact?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's not like with a police car chase, right? You see it in the news, and like you see the whole chase up until the person crashes.
Right.
You know what I mean? A whole plane was going in the wrong direction for a large amount of time.
Yes.
Not in the news. Crash into tower suddenly in the news.
Right.
So where did all that bit go? I mean, my mind has been pre-programmed even from when I was 8 to 12 years old to look at things in that way. I think it's one thing that my school was good at from early days, and it's just like, don't believe everything straight away.
Yeah.
So it's, I guess because of that, I'm a little, possibly a little bit more jaded when certain things come up. And I know people have said this to me before, and they'll tell me something like, I'm only shocked. And I'm like, I'll tell you if I'm shocked after I've done my research.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh man. Yep.
I do think though, up until recently, the more creative people had a tendency to jump on things a little bit quicker. But I think the outcomes of things like automated instruments and AI have switched us all onto this. You notice it more recently, where even when we listen to other music, we're already like, is that real? Is it, you know?
Yeah.
Just with music that we're listening to or watching how other people create. It's quite funny at the moment, actually, because I see a lot online of like bands kind of going after each other, because like, oh, how could you have made your album cover with AI?
Yeah, right.
You know? Oh, I think it might be time for the next track whilst I go for a nose blow again.
Yeah. Oh, Kind of Machine wants to know if you could catch up on this on Facebook at a later date.
That's a good question. We had a few visual issues when I looked at the thing. It's, for some reason, it's going out on the tagged page and on YouTube. The XRP page is being an idiot today. But it'll be on the tag page and YouTube in full. If you
there, you go. Yep. So you can go to bed, Kind of Machine. Don't worry about it. Get some rest. It's midnight for you, so get some sleep. All right. So we should do some music.
We should. What's next on our list?
Today's next track is "Good to Me" from Ray Alex.
Right. Oh, starting to struggle, to be honest.
Well, let me know how you're going. If you wanna pull the plug, we can.
I don't think I want to pull. I don't know. I don't know how bad this is for hearing me snotting and coughing.
Yeah.
In bed with the Kind Machine.
I'm not sure that he wants to be in bed with us, does he?
I don't know. I mean, if you seen my butt. Okay, sorry.
Oh man. All right. And now my foot falls asleep. This is just wonderful.
If it's, I mean, same goes for you. If you can't sit there anymore, it's too painful. You let me say.
No, I'm not.
You let me say. Fuck you know.
Yeah, I'm gonna have the half dead guy finish the show. Yeah, that's great. I have all kinds of stuff I can kill time with, man. I got a whole bunch of show and tell shit. I'm loaded the bear over here. The part that sucks about not being able to sit in the chair that long is I can't work on music.
I need a way to unblock my nose. Give me 1 second.
Yeah.
Oh, so stuffy.
Yeah, I bet. Oh man.
Oh dear. Ugh.
Well, if you want to break at the top of the hour, it's 5 o'clock. It's about here.
Sorry, say again.
So if you want to quit at the top of the hour, it's about 5 o'clock here. Up to you, man. That last cough sounded bad, pal.
Yeah. Yeah, that really hurt, to be fair.
I'll bet.
I guess it's only the client machine here.
I know.
Go at the top of the hour.
He's going to bed. He just said good night.
Yeah. Good night.
Yeah.
Do you think it might be sensible for both of us?
Yeah, let's call it.
I think that's a fair decision.
Yeah, I think so too. We did a whole hour. Yeah, you're not. Yeah, you're just gonna get worse. You know, being sick is always worse at night too, I think.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
My back is starting to go as well. I don't want to moan about my back when I know yours is worse. But
it's not a contest, buddy.
You said the same at the start. Okay. That was good to me from Ray. Alex, as the kind machine has gone, we very rarely do things like this, to be honest. But Craig's back is out. I am obviously getting much worse as the show goes on. And I have actually had one comment on the side from someone going, yeah, you're blowing the mic out when you're coughing. So that's probably not good for people's speakers either. Sadly, we're going to call it, but this does mean we have even more exciting show and tell things for next week.
Yeah, we do.
We've got a lot of stuff that we've got some tracks to still do. So in theory, we should be more prepared for next week than we've ever been for this show,
and probably a lot healthier.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, true. We're not going to promise anything, guys, but you know. No, that's probably a good idea to call it. You sound not too well.
I'm starting for the one thing that people have always rated me, sort of friends and family specifically, is I could be going through the worst situation in my life. You know, it could be a breakup with the wife, and my cat's died, and someone sat on my shoulder and broke it, and I can still sit down in the chair and be like, "Hi, welcome to XRP Radio. I'm on the inside."
Right.
After that cough, I was just like, no, I can't. I'm losing the smile.
Yeah, that looked a little too painful for me, man. We better pull the plug.
The other... Oh dear. I'm sorry, speakers of everyone. The other downside is I'm that stuffed up now after blowing my nose that I can't speak in one consistent sentence. I have to catch my breath every so often.
Yep.
And that usually comes with a, which is
also
making my chest worse.
Yeah, not good.
So I think that's enough excuses from us, I think.
Yep. All right. Well, let's say goodbye and we'll see you guys next Wednesday.
Yes, we will. We'll be back at the normal time next week, and hopefully till the normal time next week. Fingers crossed I'll be back on Saturday as well with the tag show with ALC. I'm sure she'll be able to cudgel me through it.
Yep.
Sorry to Craig for having to cut it short. Sorry to all the listeners that may tune in from now. But we'll be back next week. I'm not dealing with the end of this show very well either. I can't even think straight.
I've got it. Thank you. Thank you all so much for tuning in who did tune in today. Thank you for the folks in the chat box. Your comments are always very much welcome. And it was an interesting topic today, so that was very cool. We have some nice feedback on that. So we'll try to get ourselves better, and we will see you next Wednesday. You'll see Tizz hopefully on Saturday.
And if I don't see you through the week, I'll see you through the window.
Right on.